Hello everybody, welcome to Late Night Frights. I'm Chris Brock's supervisor, and today the films I selected for my horror battle are two supernatural themed horror films, and that is Lucio Fulci's 1981 The House by the Cemetery versus John Carpenter's 1987 Prince of Darkness. So before I get down to battling these two to the death, I'm going to review the plots briefly. So what The House by the Cemetery is about, it opens off, you see this woman, she sees her boyfriend dead, and then she bops to dust. And then it skips to New York. We see this family, Norman, Lucy, and Bob. Bob's kind of annoying kid. Pretty much what happens is that was Norman's co-worker, and he just goes to Boston. That's where, all that happened. He goes in that house where he was murdered at, and he's basically researching, trying to figure out what's going on, and some crazy stuff happens. It's just very hard to explain. It's Italian horror, it's just going to be crazy. So the plot of Prince of Darkness, a priest who's played by the great actor Donald Pleasence invites this professor who's played by, I think, Victor Wong, who's another, actor who's been in a lot of John Carpenter films. He invites this professor and his academics and students to basically help him, investigate, in this basement of this 1950s abandoned church. There's a container that contains this constantly green flowing liquid, is it the Antichrist? It could be, but some stuff goes down in this film, and it is crazy. Okay guys, so round one is which one had better kills. This is an earlier horror film, so I'm going to give this one a little bit of a break. It had a knife right to the back of the head, which I thought was a good effect. It had a neck slit, obviously the person gets their neck slit, but with this one, he slit it like 4 or 5 times, and it was just really bloody. Then somebody gets their throat ripped out. This one was very bloody, and I thought the effects were actually pretty good, but the acting behind it, the acting was not that great. Like when somebody's getting killed, it didn't even feel like they was getting killed. And just the way that it was like done, I don't know, I just didn't like it. So honestly, there's some good kills in Prince of Darkness, and the acting was good behind it. So I'm gonna have to give the round one to Prince of Darkness. It had Alice Cooper just killing people, and if you don't like Alice Cooper killing people, then you're insane. So round one goes to Prince of Darkness. So round two is which one has better storyline. Well, with The House by the Cemetery, you basically, like I said, you have this guy. He finds out his coworker died, and he's trying to figure out what happened, what's going on, what made him die, what caused his death. So he actually moves into the house that he died at, which is kind of stupid, but he's doing his research, he's trying to figure out what's going on, and just stuff around him affects him. The house is just very creepy itself, and there's just something not right about it, and you find out what that is, towards the end, but it's pretty good plot, it's simple but effective. I liked it. With the Prince of Darkness, you have, Donald Pleasence. He plays this priest. He finds this, 1950s abandoned church basement. He goes into it. He finds this, just this canister, this container that, constantly has this green flowing liquid. And, he's trying to figure out what it is, So he calls on, a professor and, his students to, help him figure out what this is. Is it the Antichrist? It could be. Stuff goes down, like I said. So they both have really good plots, very interesting plots, but I have to give both of these a point. They both have good plots, in my opinion. So round three is which film had better acting. Obviously, this is Italian horror, so it's going to be a quick round. This one goes to Prince of Darkness. You have Donald Pleasence. You have this guy right here. I don't know his name, but I actually liked him. I liked his character. I thought he did a really good job acting. You have Alice Cooper, who does a pretty creepy job. Yeah, you have good acting in this one. Not saying that you don't have good acting in this one, but it's like a B movie in a way. It's Italian horror, but I like the Norman and Lucy, the two main characters, the father and the husband. I actually liked them. I thought they did pretty decent acting for Italian horror, because I've heard so much stuff about Italian horror, the acting being bad, but I thought it was pretty decent. But the character of Bob, the little kid, you could totally tell that that wasn't his voice. It was like dubbed or something. But round three goes to Prince of Darkness. So round four is which one has a better killer. With The House by the Cemetery, you don't see the killer until the end, but right here you can see that is the killer. I don't know, it was kind of underwhelming when I seen the killer. I was just like, okay, yeah, Alright. And the killer is very slow. Like, they try to build suspense up, but the killer, I mean, the killer is, it's alright. I mean, nothing special, nothing spectacular, nothing special. I just didn't really care too much for it. But with these, I don't know what you'll call them, the Antichrist demons. All I know is they're possessed. They're possessed by, you know, the green flowing liquid. It shoots right down in their mouth and they become possessed. And also you have Alice Cooper, you know, him and his group. So if you try to escape the church, they kill you. So, you know, I think the killers in Prince of Darkness is, you know, much better than the single killer in The House by the Cemetery. So round 4 goes to Prince of Darkness. So round 5 is which is a better overall horror film? Is it 1981 The House by the Cemetery, directed by Lucio Fulci, or is it 1987 Prince of Darkness, directed by John Carpenter? My honest opinion, hands down, Prince of Darkness is a better film. Had better acting, had a great atmosphere. Donald Pleasance running around as a priest is awesome. You have Alice Cooper. You just have a good concept, good acting, and I thought it was done well. I think this film's underrated because, I don't know, I just don't hear a lot of people talk about it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what else to say about Prince of Darkness. Just thought it was a good film. Don't know how it gets the hate that it gets. Maybe I'm the only one who likes Prince of Darkness. I don't know. But with this film, I want to talk about The House by the Cemetery a little bit. This one, I mean, it was my first, you know, Italian horror film that I've seen. I will be checking out more films. This one I just thought was kind of boring. The effects were pretty good, but there's one kill that was pretty awful, I won't lie. The acting, it was okay. I like the 2 lead characters. Bob kind of got on my nerves. I just thought, like, the soundtrack, at first the song was pretty good, but then they just kept on using it and using it and using it. Then it just got repetitive, got annoying, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a break because maybe it's the only, you know, song that they have for the movie. No, they changed the music right at the end, and I'm like, really? You made me sit through all that, and then you changed the music at the end? Also, the killer was just kind of underwhelming. But yeah, I mean, would I recommend it? Probably not. I mean, it's not a bad film, but it's just not my cup of tea. So that's House by the Cemetery. So yeah, guys, Prince of Darkness has won this horror battle. I thought it had good acting, great atmosphere, had a great score, had a good concept, and I think it does it better than, you know, like the 2000, like, you know, the films that we're getting, like Devil's Due, you know, all that stuff, you know, those devil/Antichrist films. I think this does it a lot better than those films. Just think it's underrated. I'm not trying to overhype it for you guys, but, I mean, check it out. If you're a fan of John Carpenter, you probably will like it. I know I do. So yeah, I think it's a better film than The House by the Cemetery. I would say check this one out if you're a fan of Italian horror. I thought it was alright. It's not really my cup of tea. But tomorrow will be Little Rocker Cutie's Day. Definitely go check out his video, guys. And I'll leave the Facebook link and the website link down below. Go check out those pages. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.